Hi guys, it's Stacy. I'm back with a little bit of a de-stash in vintage ephemera. So what I've done is I have created out of these vintage folders. They're the hanging ones with the metal. So I've cut them down to fit a manila envelope. And what I've done is I've created a ephemera of all vintage paper. Vintage ephemera folder of all this vintage paper, and this is what it looks like. So there's Edith Holden, let me see here, I've de-stashed and deconstructed. These are all my Edith Holden books that I had, so there's nothing left in them. I'm going to use them for making journals. So there's pages from that, there's pages from the 1965, I believe 65. Yes, 1965. There's pages from this book. Okay. Then I've fussy cut out of many books. This is a 1965 as well. And then I've got a lot of these. And then I also had some postcards. So each one will have a postcard. This one is from 1988. So each one will have a flower postcard. And each one will have one of these. These are from set 1975, and they have moth and butterflies. So each kit will have one each of these. So let me show you what I've done. So here is an example of, this is one I have not finished putting together, but I just wanted you to see. So like I said, so each one gets a vintage butterfly and a vintage flower. They're all different. Every single kit, I have 9 kits. They're all different. So this here is a vintage, like for stamps. So it's a little glassine envelope. I love the discoloration on it. Isn't that cool? There's some vintage Rolodex cards, and it is from something I got in an estate sale, this Rolodex. The paper is so yummy, so I've included some of them. I'm a hairdresser, so I don't mind fussy cutting all this stuff out. I actually enjoy it. If you saw my Instagram post, you can see where I was showing off some of it. There's moth and butterfly. These are all from, like I said, these really old field note guide books here. So there's a collection of those. There is some of those vintage butterfly tea cards. And then we'll get into, I have fussy cut from the field note guides. There's birds. This one has an owl. They don't all have an owl or anything. They all have different birds. Some of them are cut like this. Some of them are fussy cut. But they're all beautiful. And the paper, you know what that paper's like. It's so yummy. Okay, so here's some more pages. And this is also another old book as well, and it has these beautiful, like the paper on here, like I believe this is from the 50s. Actually, it might be them. I'll have to take a look, but I think it's even older than the 50s. But it's not in English. Neither are the postcards. I'm not sure. They're from somewhere in Europe, if anybody knows what that language is. Okay, and then there's pages from the field note guides as well. There's some images from old books, flowers and such. Okay, so here's all the fussy cut bits. There's just an example of what you would get in it. Okay, so like these are all vintage pieces, and this isn't the full amount. That's just, I'm gonna push that over there. Like you'll get like pieces like this. There's large pieces, small pieces, all perfect for like snail mail, decorating your envelopes, maybe making tags, junk journaling. Beautiful images. Okay, so then the Edith Holden portion is each one will have 2 Edith Holden postcards. These ones are from 1989. From the Nature Notes of Edwardian Lady. Okay, so each pack has 2 postcards. This was an Edith Holden birthday book, so I've deconstructed. Each pack gets 2 images there, and then you get a collection of the pages. So this one has, like I said, some are ripped because that's the way the book was, and sometimes, you know, they were already kind of deconstruct, so some have ripped images slightly, but I tried to put in some extras to compensate for some of the ones that had pages that could be used for other things, I guess. So you're going to get images like this. There's none of the plain written pages. This is a stack of what there. You won't be getting any of this, the plain, you know, writing pages like this. Every page that you'll get, I'll have an image of some sort on it. So then there's some that are cut, and then some that fold out. There's one that folds out. So there's an image on both sides. Same with this one. And they're all random months. I didn't, what do you call it? I didn't make each kit a month or anything, so you kind of get a random portion of different months. Because some of the books were similar, and I had, what, 4 or 5 of them, there would be duplicates, so it was hard to kind of make all the packs totally different without duplicating, you know, some of the images. So I did my best to do that. Oh, here's some beautiful images of that 1965 British floral book. Gorgeous. I love this book. Love the paper too. So as you know, with vintage paper, this is a wallpaper border. This one here is, I think it's from the 70s. As you know, with vintage paper, you get that sort of vintage smell. I mean, I love that smell. I don't mind it at all, but you can actually tell how vintage this is by the smell of the paper. So if you love vintage paper, you will love this kit because it just smells so yummy. So like I said, I wanted to make sure that this was packed in something that would protect it all and make it fun. So I wanted to create something that I didn't have to add cardstock to protect the vintage paper. So I created the folder, you know, as something that you could use again. So I've done some stitching. You could gift this, use it as a base of a junk journal if you wanted to reinforce the spine, and add it as a page or something. That's just an option. So here's another, I'm just gonna shine some light here on this one. This is kind of how it comes. This will be bundled together. I wanted to show you another set of the Edith Holden cards, the postcards, some of the images. There should be 2 of these here. It's probably in the pack here. There's the squirrel. I had a lot of fun putting these together, but it takes some time to put this stuff together to make sure that each kit was different. But they all have really pretty images. This one has some mushrooms. So there's just a collection of, there we go. There's the other one. Each one has a collection of the months. I'll just give you an example here. Okay, so then here's some more of these. We've got 6 of these. They're all unfold. You can unfold those. Okay, and then the wallpaper. And this is all packaged together like this. Okay, so you have your vintage butterfly with all your little pieces and your tea cards, the fussy cut birds and some of the other bird pages, and the Rolodex pieces. The Rolodex cards and other pieces are all in here. And then inside here is all your fussy cut botanicals. And I have not, as of yet, done this up. So as these sell, I'm going to add more, because you'll never guess what I just did. I just sat and fussy cut thousands more. So look at this yumminess. I have 2 trays and 2.5 trays already. So I'm going to add a little bit more to these kits. There's so much, and based on the weight of what these are allowed, I can still add more. So that's what I'm going to do, just so you know. So here, I mean, this pack's already pretty thick, but I am going to add a little bit more as each one sells. So that is what that looks like. Yeah, and there's an example of this one has this postcard. Okay, so I took here's one. So these ones here are the ones that are all ready to go. This is what this looks like. So what you'll do is you'll get it like this. So you'll be basing on the listing, you'll be basing on how it looks, because they're all pretty much the same. They're all set up the same, but they're all different. There isn't anything perfectly the same in any of these kits. So this one has these pieces, and then this will be bundled together like this. So this is how you will receive it. So then you got all your, like I said, these aren't done up yet. So as these sell, I'm going to add more. So, okay. So this is just some more of them. There's 9 of these kits all together. There's another one. They are so yummy. I love how these all turned out. I'll show you. I might as well just go through the rest of them just so you can get an idea and how beautiful all the papers are. Now when I have get everything, like, you know, add some more of these to each one, I'm still gonna have more, obviously. So what I might do down the road, if anybody's interested, is maybe just do some little snail mail packets as well, and then that way I can still get some more of the fussy cut pages out, and they're all so beautiful, these papers. I know some people were looking for just Edith Holden D-Stash, but I just thought this was more fun. This would make a great gift, or just have at your desk to pick through and make projects from. So, okay, so you'll find in the description box the link to my shop. It is a new shop, so if anybody has shopped there before, you'll recognize that it's set up a little bit different because the Zibbit site closed. So I am now with a website called Big Cartel. So I have a new website and page all set up. So be sure to check out my shop and let me know what you think, because I find that it had a lot more going for it than the Zibbit did, and I'm really liking it. So let me know what you think, and anyway, I will be back again very soon because I do have a lot more videos coming, and let me know what you think about maybe some little snail mail packs, like I said, making up some little smaller kits with some more botanicals. Okay guys, hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you soon.